These three products were the top performers in my CLP tests. They were able to dissolve burnt powder almost as well as good old Hoppy's No. 9 and passed my saltwater spray corrosion test. So I thought it was time for a showdown. I prepared my steel flat like usual, sanded down to 400 grit, and cleaned with brake cleaner. I lit off about the same amount of tight group gunpowder in each section. Here's close-up photos of the burnt powder. I applied a generous amount of product to each section. And let them soak for 5 minutes. For this showdown, I did not use a brass brush on each section. I wanted to see what each product could do without the help of brushing. Here's close-up photos of the 4 sections. The Clenzoil and Break-Free did not perform as well as the Ballistol. I decided to reapply the Clenzoil and Break-Free and let them soak for 30 minutes. I wiped each section with a fresh patch. Both Clenzoil and MIL-SPEC Break-Free performed better in previous tests. I guess the brass brush was actually doing a lot of the work. For the winners round, I cleaned up the steel flat and lit off some more powder in 2 sections. I applied the products, but only let them soak for 1 minute this time. The Ballistol performed about as well as the Hoppy's No. 9, even with the short 1-minute soak time. For the salt spray test, I mixed my usual solution of 1 teaspoon non-iodized salt with 1 cup warm tap water. I applied a thin, even film of each product. I left 1 section plain steel for comparison. I let the CLPs soak for 30 minutes. For this showdown, I then wiped each section dry with a clean patch. I did my best to spray each section evenly. Here's close-up photos of each section just after spraying. I let the steel flat sit for 24 hours. The Clenzoil section showed signs of corrosion, although it was not as corroded as the plain steel section. The MIL-SPEC break-free and Ballistol sections had dried salt crystals, but no visible signs of corrosion. For the winner's round, I resprayed the two sections and waited another 24 hours. Here's close-ups of the two sections after the 24 hours. If you look closely, small dark spots of corrosion are starting to form on the MIL-SPEC break-free section. You don't have to look as closely to spot the corrosion on the Ballistol section. So who won the showdown? Ballistol definitely outperformed Clenzoil and MIL-SPEC break-free in my burnt powder test. Not using the brass brush significantly impacted the effectiveness of the Clenzoil and break-free. The Ballistol performed almost as well as Hoppy's No. 9, even with the soak time reduced to 1 minute. All three products had previously passed my salt spray test when I left a thin film on the steel flat. Wiping each section dry before applying the salt spray was a harsher test, but could arguably be a more realistic test. Both the MIL-SPEC break-free and the Ballistol were able to protect the steel after the first spraying. It wasn't until 24 hours after the second spraying that the Ballistol section showed obvious signs of corrosion. Based on these results and the manufacturer's claims that it is skin-safe, non-carcinogenic, and biodegradable, I have to declare Ballistol the winner of my CLP Showdown. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.